Hi there, it's NickDutch back on the camera yet again. How's it going? Now, the last video I did was about some of the hate mail or hate comments that I get. And it's self-evident from those comments that there are people in the world who assume or believe that there is some kind of inherent danger to things regarded as occult and magic and the rest of that. When someone assumes this because they've been told it because some religious person told them that that's the case, or some religious book told them that's the case, then not only do I doubt them, but I also regard them as being rather mentally limited, rather intellectually deficient. The reason for this is because they're accepting pure belief. Just pure belief. They're not really thinking beyond the tip of their own nose. I would say that there are some dangers to the occult, but they don't come from the occult itself being dangerous. They come from humanity and the inherent dangers of being a human being. If you have been following my videos from the outset, you'll know that I've talked about an experience of an invocation of the angel of death. Now, if I was a literalist, shall we call it, for just for convenience's sake, or maybe a person who had turned his practice of the occult into something that was of an almost religious nature, I would say that this experience was evidence and proof that the angel of death really did exist, that he works for a higher power, that he will never take someone from this planet until the time is right, until the individual who he is taking, or basically killing, has learned what they've had to during their life, and that the suffering, the pain, and even the pleasure that an individual goes through in their life was chosen, if not by them as an individual, then by the collective of which the individual is somehow a part of, long before the individual was born or conceived, possibly even going back to the dawn of the universe. Now, do I believe this? No, I do not. But, and this is the interesting but, because when a person does something which is going to change their mind using religious or mythological type stuff, they would frame everything into a mythological framework, which is part of their own personal spiritual world, spiritual in this case being psychological. And the more mythic or mythological the ideas are and the images are, somehow the more effective or immersive the experience of prayer, meditation, and ritual and divination, etc. can be. So, doing these, in inverted commas, discoveries of the spiritual or divine world do still have some variety of purpose and place, not necessarily in terms of proving that these things are real, as in the physical world, because we can't do that. It's actually wrong to do that. But it's a way of exploring your own seemingly perceptual spiritual universe. What you will use the altered states of consciousness for as a result of prayer, meditation, and ritual, using all these mythological ideas, that'll be up to you, basically. And I can't really tell you what the results will be, or indeed if there will be any results, or indeed whether those results will be even vaguely useful. Strange experiences can happen as a result of occult activity, but I don't feel that we can use the words magic works, or the occult works, or the spiritual works, or wishing works, or the law of attraction works, because that portrays the message that results in the physical world can be achieved as readily as taking an aspirin and your headache going away, which is, of course, complete and utter nonsense. But it's still quite pleasant, pleasurable, and fun to be able to explore these things. You know, it has a certain level of interest, and it does make us want to ask more questions about the nature of life, the nature of our life. But it doesn't necessarily mean that we can actually get answers. It doesn't follow on that any of the results that we're going to get, or any of the experiences we're going to get, are actually going to answer any of the questions about life, or consciousness, or the universe. So essentially, what I'm doing is trying to have more and more experiences that will encourage me to basically ask more questions and to know that I don't know. So essentially I'm finding out from experience the vastness of the number of things that both I don't know and the rest of humanity doesn't know either. And I suppose that's where I'll have to leave this video. Speak to you in a while. NickDutch signing out.